Hello everyone, my name is Cody Taylor and I am an instructor for MSA 520 Enterprise Risk Management. I'm on vacation this week, so I'm going to be a little more informal. In this first video, I want to introduce the class, talk about some of the core objectives, and briefly go over week one. Alright, so one of our main goals is to discuss what risk management is, what it can and cannot accomplish. So what risk management can do is it can help an organization be prepared. And we do that by following a lot of the items that are listed in some of the next objectives, which is to plan and prepare for risks, create a risk registry, to do some type of qualitative analysis and a quantitative analysis, so that decision makers can make educated decisions and they can help mitigate and address the risks that are most likely to impact the organization. So again, risk management is not a silver bullet. It's not something that can make an organization impenetrable or immune to risks, but it helps an organization be prepared, which goes a long way towards recovering once a risk is realized. So a lot of the activities we're going to be doing in the next 6 weeks is to help us organize risk management activities, to help us do the assessments, manage a crisis, and recover if a disaster does happen. In week one, this objective is going to actually be addressed. So we're going to talk about the various types of risk: pure, operational, project, technical, business, and political. So in the first discussion post, we're going to touch on this in week one. We're also going to touch a little bit on this fourth goal, which is develop a systematic risk management process. And part of that process is planning for the risks, to identify risks. You also have to monitor them, and you have to be ready to respond once a risk has been realized. One of our last core goals is to describe and demonstrate quantitative and qualitative tools that'll help us identify and prepare for risks. So some of the qualitative approaches is being able to brainstorm as an organization, meeting with various leaders, and talking about identifying some of the different risks that could impact the organization. So once you identify a risk, you need to describe it, you need to put it in a risk registry, and then you can use different things like a standard risk matrix to help decide whether the likelihood of that risk being realized and the impact on the organization if that risk is actually seen. So those would be considered some of the qualitative approaches to doing an analysis with risk management. The quantitative side would be able to put some type of value, take some information from a business impact analysis and actually start putting some different dollar values to those, and then possibly doing a decision tree, and again using some of the quantitative statistical type of approaches to help again rack and stack and prioritize risks. Again, just another aspect to enterprise risk management that will help the senior leaders make decisions on how to best be prepared. So some of the general things that I need to talk about in the class are the FERPA regulations that I have to follow, which is you should have all seen the announcement about using your school email. So anytime I, as a professor, send an email, it's considered an official document. So FERPA regulations do require me to use our school email addresses. So if you send me something from your personal, I can respond, but my response is going to be, please check your school account for more information. So that's all that I'm allowed to do when it comes to using like your Gmail or Hotmail accounts. I also like everyone to read the syllabus, particularly pay attention to some of my own customized policies with late assignments and things like that. It's fairly important. I don't think any of you have ever had a problem before, but please go ahead and download the syllabus and take a look at it. Everyone has already logged into Blackboard this week, so you all got in early. So visit Blackboard early in the week is already taken care of, and everyone's already introduced themselves. I've also had you all in previous courses, so we're definitely covered with those objectives. And as always, my virtual door is always open, so please reach out early, often. You can contact me if you need help with an assignment, if you want to talk about the final paper, if you just have general questions. So again, thank you and welcome to MSA 520. I hope you all have a good week. And I will be posting these videos early. You'll see one with the initial announcements that I make every week. So I'll be a little more prepared and polished in the future videos. So thank you for bearing with me, and I again hope everyone has a great week. Goodbye.